So, this is not an April Fool's video. I just want to say that up front. Happy April Fool's. This is, let's see what funny pranks there are. Honestly, this is like my third time recording because of various reasons. But I wanted to just talk about my thoughts on this channel and how things came to be. And it's funny, just when I started out, one thing that people were like, can you make first person videos? Because I want to see you flip in first person. But the thing is, everyone's flipping in first person, like 99% of people. And it's like, me and Will Hirsch and Den BMX and Artsy, and there are probably other channels that I don't know off the top of my head that are flipping in not first person. But like, I don't know why. I don't want to do that. For one, I just don't care. It's really hard to hold your phone and record your flipping and keeping it all in frame. It's really, really difficult. I record on a webcam. I've done it for years already. I have another channel where I do game audio advice, and those videos I actually put a lot of editing into because I want them to be professional resources. But this channel I do for fun. This channel I do because I wanna, and I didn't want to do first person. And now a lot of people, like, I've been getting comments from people like, I love your content, I love what you do, I think you're funny, I think you're informative, and I really appreciate that. That feedback is really nice, and I like positive feedback's good. Constructive feedback is also, it's welcome. I might not agree, but I'll like listen. And also specifically with the podcast, I straight up just been like, hey, please give me feedback. I'm actually actively asking for it. Do you like my questions? Do you like the thing? And people gave me some good feedback. And some people, I was like, is it worth making these subtitles? Because it's a lot of work. And people were like, it's fine if you don't do that. And I go, thank you. This is actually really informative. But for like, a lot of times people just give unsolicited feedback. My friend, who I love and adore, they're like, your eyes are closed in this thumbnail. That's kind of unacceptable. And I don't give a shit. I don't want to. I don't give a shit. I've started to do more thumbnails just because I'm like, oh, you can't see my knife and it's like over here, it's like in motion. And so I've at least started to like go through pictures and be like, hey, I'm holding up this knife up close like this, or like whatever, all this shit. But most of the time I just do one of the three suggested things. I don't care. I'm not trying to like, I want this channel to grow. I want to hit 500 subscribers. I think I can do that. I think I can hit 1,000 subscribers if I keep at it. I don't know if I'll go like to 10,000 or 100,000. I honestly, I'm not going to expect that. But I do what I do because I want to, and I don't do what I don't want to because I don't fucking want to. And what's nice is that ProZD, who's been doing this for far, far, far longer than me and is infinitely more famous, he has said that he has never picked a thumbnail. And what I also appreciate is that he also said that I do what I want to do. He makes board game reviews because he wants to, even though they don't do well. He does food reviews, even though people don't watch them all the time, because he wants to. He will make videos, like everyone wants more skits. They want the skits, they whatever. And he makes these videos because he wants to. But when people are like demanding, he says, fuck you. This is my channel. I do this because I want to. What I do because I want to. And yeah, there's money. And yeah, a lot of people feel pressured to do certain things because the fans demand them of it. And there's always money. I don't make any fucking money off of any of my videos. My main channel is at 900 subscribers. I need 1,000 subscribers and like 3,000 more watch hours, which I don't think I'm going to hit anytime soon. And this channel, it says monetization is not available in your country for whatever reason. I'm going to look into that at some point because I do think I can hit monetizable. But like, I don't make any money. And even if I did, it would be fucking jack shit. Not to mention, this is actually an interesting part. Recently-ish, H-Bomber Guy released a video about plagiarism, and Super Eyepatch Wolf released a video about why Roman Reigns is the most hated wrestler, and breaking the sort of reality and the unreality of things. None of these videos have anything to do with battle songs, but I do want to talk about points that were brought up in both, and I think they both make excellent videos, and I appreciate that. H-Bomber Guy's video about plagiarism, one of the things he talks about is one of the early reviewers, whose name I don't remember, and I frankly don't care to because he's a plagiarizer, is that he basically was just copying other people's articles and very, very shoddily swapping words around, like middle school plagiarism. Like, in middle school, you get told, don't do that, and you go, oh, okay, I'm sorry, and you learn how to write your own fucking papers. I mean, everyone's cheating, always, at some point in time, but like, whatever. It's not good. And so this guy, he straight up was copying other people's articles and he was publishing them under his own, but there was also points where he saw what other people were reviewing and he took what they were reviewing. And like, I'm going to say for the record, if you want to do reviews of the same knives I reviewed, everyone's covered the same fucking knives. I'm sure like Will Hirsch and Blade Bias have both covered some of the same knife, like Canyon. Everyone's talking about the Canyon. Who cares? I'm sharing my thoughts about the Canyon because it's my thoughts, and there are a bunch of new knives that I don't actively get because it's like, money is expensive. But like he was copying this fight stick attachment for like the Switch, I think, and the person that he originally copied from was this Japanese reviewer, so it's probably harder to find. And he was playing fighting games on it, and arcade sticks are very common for fighting game players. A lot of people play on Xbox controllers or whatever controllers. Fucking the best player in France plays on a PlayStation 1 controller. I play on keyboard, unless it's grappler. But the guy who was copying him, he was just like, he had this vapid review. It was like, oh wow, it's so much better to play Sonic this way because he doesn't play fighting games. And it's just like, oh wow, and it was just, I mean, maybe people cared to watch it. Apparently, a lot of how he built up followers was just doing a shit ton of review giveaways with like free Nintendo Switches. I mean, I'm gonna do some giveaways. Partially, it's because I have like some cheap knives that I don't care about keeping, but like I don't really see a point in trying to sell, so I might as well just be like, hey, yeah, I'll do a giveaway. It's kind of a fun way to give back to the community, and also fuck it, like gain followers. I don't give a shit. But like if your sole purpose is to become famous, or to keep up with something because of the paycheck, like it's very soulless. And Eye Patch Wolf was talking about how like when Roman Reigns was becoming the most, he was like the main character of WWE, and it was he had a lot of struggles with his like mic work and his sort of stage presence. And yeah, his actual wrestling was good, but people were frustrated because it felt like they were getting force fed this product that people weren't asking for, and they kept kind of like pushing him to be like the main guy because he could sell merch and all that shit, and no one was buying into it because it felt forced and it felt inauthentic and it felt corporate. The thing is, I'm like, again, I say this, I might have repeated this already. Again, this is my third time doing this video. I do what I want to do because I want to do it. I love collecting knives. I love flipping knives. I love making videos and sharing my thoughts about knives. I do what I don't want to do, and sure, you could say that I've copied other people. Sure, I mean, whatever. I am still saying my own thoughts. This is still something that I am deeply passionate about, and I've said some things that I'm sure people will be like, that's fucking horseshit. You just said some factually incorrect things. In which case, my bad. Yeah, sure. I don't know as much about blade steel or finishes or whatever. And some people were viscerally disagreed about my opinions on the saturation of the market or the oversaturation of the market. And I was like, you know what? You can disagree. I don't care. These are my thoughts. And I accept discourse. I'm not gonna say you are wrong and I am right, even though I am right. But it is what it is. And some people, like, why like when H Bomber Guy covered these videos, and for the record, H Bomber Guy and Super Eye Patch Wolf both make incredibly excellent, well-made video essays. H Bomber Guy covered a bunch of plagiarizers, and why do they do what they do? For a paycheck? If it's just for a paycheck, honestly, just fucking get a day job that's easier than stealing everything. I don't know. It might be easy to steal shit. It probably is, but like, just I don't know. It's just soulless. Why do something that you're so soulless about if it's simply is it because I get famous? Because there's probably other ways of getting famous than just stealing other people's shit. Maybe there isn't a faster and easier way of making money and soulless than stealing other people's shit, but art is a better expression. And you can say that flipping knives is a performance, like how do you express yourself, blah 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 blah. You could argue that knife flipping is an art. There's an art to flipping knives, in fact, like the Japanese suffix of do with like kendo and judo, like I think it's like the art of doing a thing. So the martial arts, there's forms to it, but it's also like an art form. Flipping a knife, you can argue, is an art form. Making videos, you can say, is an art form. And art, even bad art, has soul to it. You can say the room is fucking egregious, but you can't say that it wasn't made out of some wild guy's fever dream imagination. It has soul. It's just bad. But there's also a lot of really shitty corporate things, and it's if you are just copying someone for the sake of copying, like, you can copy me. I don't give a shit. I'm not that big of a deal or whatever. I would argue I'm not a big deal, at least in knife world. But If you copy me, that's fine. You can credit me. You could say that you like my stuff. That's cool. You can not credit me. I don't give a shit. But if you are copying me because at least you like my style and you want to cover the same night, and also again, yeah, just who cares? Everyone's covering the same knives, but we all have different opinions. So as long as it's just from the heart and you do what you want to do, fucking go for it. Make whatever you want to make. If you want to make videos, make videos. If you want to draw pictures, or that felt like a really childish way. If you want to like do illustrations, do fucking art, make music, whatever you do, do it because you want to. Do it because it brings you joy. And don't let other people tell you what you have to do or how you have to do it because of how they want it, because other people exist. Again, everyone, like, I got, I think, multiple messages of people saying, can you make first person videos? I didn't want to do that. Everyone else was doing that. So why be a worse version of other people? Like, I have some for like tutorials, which I think makes sense. And yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna pretend to be perfect. You can say that my art is garbage. And yeah, like my early videos were in fucking mono, and I had a lot of videos that are way too fucking quiet because I had hardware issues. But it is really nice that also some people say they like what I do, and that makes me happy, and it makes me want to keep going forward, because when I share my thoughts and I share my feelings about things and people resonate with it, I actually had several people who reached out to me and said that they really liked my video about It's Okay to Suck, because it kind of resonated with them. And that makes it all worth it for me. But even if no one was watching these videos, even if I had no subscribers, I'd still make these videos and I'd still do them the way that I want to do them, because I don't give a shit. And I just do it because it makes me happy. So if you like this video, I don't know. I apologize if it was incredibly rambly and incoherent. My previous recording I thought was really good, except I didn't actually hit the record button. So yeah, but hey, happy April Fool. I almost said happy Thanksgiving. I don't know. But yeah, if this is an especially rambling one and people were like, yeah, your videos are rambling and incoherent, this is especially that. But at least I put the work into things that I think deserve it, like the podcast, because I want the guests to have a good show. So cheers. I'll see you tomorrow.